All right, good evening. It could be morning for some, depending on where you're watching us from, or maybe even afternoon. But yes, we send our greetings to you. It's amazing and great to spend some time again together, 1 hour of just sharing God's story, our story, so that you can also learn from this and get in touch with your story, which maybe you do not have details of. You could get in touch with it, feel your story, and then begin to find God in it. This is your show, Journey with Omondis, the show that comes on your screen every Monday. You know it's Monday when Journey with Omondis comes right on your screen. And it's hosted by the Omondis. I am the Omondi, and this is Mix or Mosh. Thank you so much, all of you who've been our consistent fans and followers on Facebook, who have also really actually gotten in touch with their stories, and they have shared their stories in the comment segment. Karibuni sana. I want you to know that we value you, we value your story, we value and honor your truth any moment you're sharing your story. Last time we had a conversation, ilikuwa moto sana. In fact, we exceeded time and we apologized. And we still apologize for exceeding, the time that we had requested for. We hope that today will be true to our time, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. But show ilikuwa moto sana. We were talking about breaks and breakups. Whoo! Alafu tulikuwa na kina the Mwangis walikuwa in the show. Okay. And it was just nice listening to their story. But then we also tapped into the wisdom of a pastor friend of ours from Friends International Church headquarters, Ngong Road. Again, we really appreciate that. But then, more than all that which we had on the show, so many of you shared your stories, and we want to celebrate that. So today we will also sort of just share a little bit, and especially the thing that I'd like us to talk about, Mikali, today, regarding as we conclude last week's topic, is something to do with things that could cause a breakup. It's a question we asked, but we did not quite answer it, isn't it? So maybe we could conclude with that. Have some of our viewers, drop in some of the things they think could cause a break or even a breakup. Okay, kikiumana kabisa. A breakup. What are some of the things that could cause such things? And you can begin posting on the comment segment. We'll be glad to read your comments. But then after that will be very brief. And then now we have the topic of the day. Let's talk about dating broke. Dating broke. Did you date broke? Ama ulikumomoka. Okay. And today the show will be different. We'll be having conversations with good friends of ours. Na wanashafika wamechapa marashi, wamefreshen up nini. Wako backstage. Just wanawashwa tu wanashindwa. So to add. And I'm bringing you back, guys, into the show. But I was telling our viewers that today the show will be quite different. We are going to have conversations. No one is going to host the other. We'll be hosting one another. Okay, we are both hosts. Yeah, I could host these guys, but then they could also host us. So today, tutakuwa tu tuna have conversations. I really wish this was live so that we could be having conversation around a cup of coffee or chai manze or dawa somewhere. Okay, but yeah, this is it, and we will do it this way. Karibuni, buni sana, ladies and gentlemen. Put your hands together for none other than the mustard couple. This is the mustard couple. The one.
Dano, uko na koti ingine kwela maniyo peke yake.
Na kuagana hizi 7.
Moja kila siku.
Hapana,
kamna hiyo. Na unapenda kurudia miwani. Hauna kazi zingine.
Hapana Dano, next week ukikamna hiyo, ukamna zote 7, ukaunt tukiona ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, tukieshwa ni 7.
Hata miwani yako na 7 glasses.
Nimekuwa na hizo miwani sana manze.
Mambo Audrey.
Anyway, good to see you, Audrey. Good to see you, the Mwangis. Thank you so much for being with us last time and for sharing your story. And thank you for being available to share, continue with the story and just continue, opening up about what the Lord has done in your lives. You're saying something, Dante?
No, nilikuwa nauliza ama nataka tu intro, unajua. Alafu Julio kwanza tunaongea story ya mado. Ama tulete do zetu tu flash.
You chop the morning.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children of God, ndio sisi hao. Leo show iko sawa.
Show iko sawa kabisa. Naona mwenyekiti ashafika, anasema manze, leo anasikia kuna mado huku.
Leo ni mado. By the way, naona kuna team blue na kuna team mustard. Kuna team black na kuna team white. Uko team gani? Uko team gani?
Nice.
Uko team gani?
Inabidi umechagua team.
Kuna team black na kuna team white.
Najua masa inachoma macho sana. So
all right. As you join us on Facebook, I encourage you to host a watch party so that you can actually send this message, this show, to a wider scope of people. You can do that. If you don't know how to do that, you can send us a message and we will guide you. Okay, let's talk about, Team Black all the way. I told you Team Black is gonna carry the day. Yeah.
Team Black all the way. All right, one vote. Wacha tuone.
Dana nimekushow. Masa linachoma watu macho.
Team Black ndio inado, by the way, Laura. Just so that you know.
Wacha tuone. Laura umechagua shida.
Team Black ndio inado na tunacheza chini. Tunaifunikia. Inakani kama haiko, okay? That's how we do it. Anyway, so the Mwangis, Dano and Audrey. Last time we were talking about breaks and breakups, and you guys talked to us about how you experienced a break and how the effect of this break was. And that was a very, very good conversation we had there. And we shared a bit of our story as well. We had a break, but then things turned up. Ours was a breakup? Or we broke up? Okay. Yes, we actually broke up. Yes, I remember. We actually broke up completely. But then we came back, and here we are. But there is a question we had asked about what are some of the things that could cause a break or a breakup in a relationship. And we did not quite answer that. And I would like us to just go back to that and maybe spend about 10 minutes or 15 minutes on that, and then we go to the main topic of the day, Story Ado. You guys had the thing that caused a breakup. Not a breakup, a break, sorry. And yours was, just mention it. I don't want to mention it for you.
For me, I felt like there was no, because for me, I think I was ready for anything. I had gotten into a relationship, and I knew very well that it doesn't have to work, okay? But I want to practice. You know what? That thing of there's nothing like divorce in our relationship or in our marriage. So I wanted to practice that early in my dating and say, we are not dating ati ndio tuachane siku moja. But if this and this happens, or if this happens, then that would then be a deal. Then that means that we might not be able to go on. So for me, I felt like commitment would have been a big deal if I realized or noticed that my wife was not committed. Then that would mean there was no us, and then that would mean end of things. Because I think for me, commitment is everything. People fail. People make mistakes, but the only thing you will know that or the only thing that would make me feel like we are still on the same journey, because we had started a journey towards Foreverland, was if she was still willing to ride with me. So if she's not willing to ride with me, then that's chaos. So that's what had happened. I felt like there was no commitment. Yes. Bonachia, can you hear us?
Yes, I could hear you. All right, thank you so much for sharing. So in your case, commitment was it.
Yes.
Commitment was it. But Audrey,
Yes.
I want to ask you now differently. This actually caused a break. It actually did it. But thinking about your relationship, Audrey, what are some of the things that you would have said, or you said, this could cause me, or could cause me to consider time out and rethink my commitment?
I think for me, commitment was key as well. So nikijua hauko committed, then for me, I'm out. But personally, there were other deeper issues that I had mentioned and said, if this happens, then Mimi, I am not able to continue with this journey. Things like just being unfaithful, and unfaithful could be in all areas. So for me, I think also unfaithfulness was key. I think that was what for me would have made me say, I can't continue with this journey. Yes.
Okay. Awesome. That's good. To our viewers, let's just remind you what we are talking about. Welcome again to the show today. Karibuni sana Laura and those who are already part of this show. And the question we are asking you today is, what are some of the things that can cause a break or a complete breakup in a relationship? What are some of the things that you think could cause a break or a breakup in a relationship? Mwix.
Brother,
Yes.
I wanted to ask, because I know you mentioned that you insinuated that you also had a scenario where I think you actually broke up. What happened, and what's the story?
What's the story? Yes. So
sisi hatutakuwa deep na nyinyi ati what could cause breakup. Hapana, sisi tunataka tu kusikia moshene udaku.
Okay, yes, just like Mwix said, we really broke up na tukarushiana mikono. Kasema hii story imedai for a week, like in a week or two. The reason that caused this breakup was that our boundaries were compromised. Okay. I was asking for too much. I was pushing, and I think I mentioned that last time. I was the one who was pushing for our boundaries, okay? Purity boundaries, okay? Because from the moment we met, we had agreed that we are going to honor each other until marriage, okay? But then there are times, and of course I think we all were to blame. Unajua story yenye you're told that when you're dating, do not meet in places where you are alone. Do not visit each other and you're alone and such stuff. But then it's true. When you're told that during dating, una feel, really, we can handle this, okay? That's how it feels. But it's true. When we did not observe that, we found ourselves in compromising situations. And of course, the feelings would play in. And I was the weaker one. I think let me just put it that way. And I would ask for what I knew I should not ask for, except once we say I do. And so it got to a place when Mwikali could not take it anymore, and she put her feet down. Akaniambia, Mimi, when I got into this relationship, I knew that and expected that we will wait for marriage for us to, to kiss, or even have sex, okay, and such stuff. So if you're going to ask of me for peace, then maybe it's a wrong relationship altogether. And she walked.
But
Fred alisema niliachwa. Yes.
So what did nitakuja kwa mix. Pole, sasa nimechukua show. But
sawa, utakuwa unaichukua hivyo alafu mimi naichukua.
But I think my question now would be, so what did that make you feel? Like, dem ni mtiaji, or yes, this is the girl I need in my life? What was going on in your mind?
I like that question. Unfortunately, just like Audrey, it said this really breaks the trust bill. Okay, thank you for that comment, Laura. Of course, at the moment niko na feel nilirusha mkono, you know me, eh? Nilifeel nini kwani iko nini? Umechoka we ishia. Kama umechoka ishia. And of course I felt like ni mpiaji. In my space I was thinking si hata aelewe. Yes, and I'm also thinking I'm committed anyway, and my intention is to marry you. I mean, just understand. So niliboeka, of course, but a few days after that breakup, I think that breakup was really a good thing. I think we needed it. I needed it, because nilifikiria hiyo story, and at the end of the day nilijiambia, hey, huyu ndio mde mimi nataka. This is the woman I want, one who is willing to wait and she will not compromise. You get? So I decided, I realized she's something of value, something honorable, na nikajiambia kabla tukiwa tu katika tu process, let me go back for this thing that is of value before someone else snatches it from my side. Okay, so day fulani manze, and I think this had visited Live Spring Syokimau that day, Odis and his wife Kali. Manze mimi after service baadaye nikiwa nimewasindikiza nini nikasema mimi I want to call this back. So I actually called her, nikamwambia I would like to talk to you, and then tukakutana. Nakumbuka hapo KG, you know KG, hapo kwa gate, na nikamwambia by the way, I'm sorry for all that, but I still need you. I still need you. I've realized I still need you in my life. And from that moment, of course, we now came back and dated in a different way to this point. Yeah.
All right. Mwix, ulikuwa unafilaje? Ulikuwa unafilu mse sasa ni mwenye tambi anafikiria mimi nitaingia hiyo ligi yake.
Hata si sorry na kuwa mwenye dhambi or anything, but I think for me there's some values that were very dear to me, and I wasn't willing to let go of those values. Yeah, so I'd say, so one of the things that can really cause a breakup, if there's someone who has values that they value and they are compromised, that can cause a breakup.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like that. That's a positive one. Okay, and I really like that. I think being aware and guarding one's values can cause a break or a breakup. Being aware of and guarding the values. Yeah, I agree.
All right. I think you wanna something.
Audrey alikuwa anataka kusema kitu.
You can share.
Acha kuniangalia.
Yeah, so there's a time There's a time, because that was not the only time. There's a time now I felt also I needed to give Audrey a break. And this time round, it was my fault. But I felt like she needed it, but she was not asking for it directly. And there's a time she had asked for something, and I felt I cannot give you that. I cannot give you a breakup, but I want to give you a break, because I felt it was not entirely over. I felt kulikuwa na chance, because now this time it is me who had offended her, and she at first, when all this happened, she was asking for a breakup and all those things, but then I wasn't ready. So after some time of struggling and fighting and battling, I felt maybe she needs something. And now that I'm not willing to give her a breakup, like kabisa, ending things kabisa, I am willing to give her some time off. And I hope she could be willing to share how that helped her. But I think it was helpful. So there are times when breaks are helpful. And I think for me, I would say only give someone a break when you feel like it's really necessary. At times we give people breaks just because they didn't pick your calls. And you forget in life, so many times they will not be able to pick your calls, and you can give people a break. So yeah, this time I felt, because when we came back together, she confessed of how she had experienced God during that season. So yeah, I feel like sometimes breaks are important. And she has a story there. Me, I don't know why she's fearing to speak about that story, but yeah, of how during that break she was really able to hear from God.
Mshene, come. That's why we are doing this show. It's telling our story. God's story in us.
Hakuna mshene.
Hakuna mshene.
Hakuna mshene. It's just like he said, yeah, alikuwa amenikosea, and I was feeling like, manze, this is it. Like I can't move forward. Huu ndio mwisho. But for him, he felt hapana, it's hatujafika mwisho, there's still a chance. So I wasn't saying like I needed a break, but I wanted a total breakup. Na nikamwambia mimi sioni kama naendelea na hii story, but akaniambia mimi nimekusikia, lakini because we were making plans of other things. Akaniambia mimi naendelea na plans zangu, and I'll continue praying to God. What were your exact words?
Tulikuwa sijui kwa nini anajaribu kushuka kwa mambo hapa. Tulikuwa tunapanga wetu, so mimi nikamwambia haina noma, mimi ndaendelea kupanga harusi yangu.
Alisema
na nani harusi yako na nani?
Sasa sijui this point hata siko sure. Mimi nilikuwa napanga tu harusi, akikataa ndio kama God basi anaweza provide tu mdem mwingine mwenye ako hivi. Yes. So nikamwambia, I want to go on and with my planning, and especially on my end, but I really want to give you some time to process, and yeah, and I'm hoping that you find God in this. So yeah, she took time off. I actually gave her time off, uninterrupted, kabisa. And when we came back, my friend, the testimony was this size. Yani, the testimony was huge, and that totally helped me see God also in that story. So if you take a break to go, and hang out with your boys, if you take a break so that you can, katia some girl out there, if you take a break so that you can go out with some guy, it will not, I don't think that's the right way to do it. But if you take a break so that you can reflect and hear God, I think italipa and itakuwa poa. It worked for us, I would say. Yeah. So when we got back, there was focus. All right.
Okay.
Wait, I'm shaking broke.
I would like the four of us to just mention think about few other things, maybe the things you've not experienced in our relationship, in your relationship, that threatened to cause a break or a breakup. But out there, someone might not be experiencing, what you experienced or what we experienced, but there is something else that is probably that has potential of causing a break, or they are wondering if they should take a break because they are in the mix of these things. So just think of whatever comes to mind. We'll just mention before we go to the next topic. But what I want to highlight, what you just said, Dante. So you're saying that when you're, two things that I've heard you say, when you're taking a break, be clear on the why, but then also expect a result, expect a solution, so to speak. Expect something you will do as a result of the break. It's not just open. Na break pia si eti ni kulenga mse, umechoka na mse alafu unasikia umeboeka, and then you're taking unamlenga for a week. Okay, I don't think that's how it's supposed to be. That's what you're saying. There has to be
not like you smile.
There has to be a reason.
But
kulenga for a week.
Okay, kuna story another day hapa.
Maybe hizo zingekuwa breaks zingekuwa mob sana kwa relationship mob.
Kulenga for a week, mtu anaweza enda akiendanga.
Yeah, because they have no last month actually we said that there need to be an objective for the break, and I think that summarizes it. So real quick, Mikali, what are some of the other things that you think we have?
I think something that can cause a break is wrong foundations. If you have you start your relationship on wrong foundations, chances for breakups are high. So wrong foundations might lead to breaks or breakups. Yeah.
Okay, Audrey, anything else?
If you don't have a common master, that could cause your relationship to have a strain. So kweni na master mmoja, mnajua mna worship nani? Because if your masters are different, then you will not be on the same page. Master anaweza kuwa kitu kama pesa. God, like, who is your master? Yeah. So
Okay.
For us believers, our master should be Jesus. So if your master is not Jesus, if her master stops being Jesus, and I think Eric, now this is the other thing that I would cause a break for me. If her master stops being Jesus, in my case, then it's a wrap. Yeah. But ndio nisikueni kama nadandia topic nini yake, if our mission stops, if we don't share a mission, if ikemali ni realize unaenda njia tofauti na yangu, then we will have a meeting and we will end it.
Awesome.
Kuna msee anasema kwa comment. Lakini sasa wale wanaachwa kaa hawajui, unaisikia tu story kwa saidie brother, tumsaidie.
We Jabril, kama mtu mwenye nakuacha na una story na view sasa ama kinyozi ama news inauma, lakini huyo si mtu wa kurudia, endanga toka umeenda.
Ulikuwa serious kweli from
in fact, yes, in fact that in itself doesn't show serious.
Yes.
Okay,
there is no commitment.
Yeah, commitment hapo. So kama kuacha, thank God. In fact, it's painful, yes, but thank God that they left, because hiyo ni mtu hayuko serious.
I think also just talking about kuachana bila kuambiwa, I think something else that can cause a break or a breakup it's kusikiza maneno ya watu. I remember the
What?
there's a time alikuwa ananikatia sorry about that, akasikia stories za watu wengine na ka break up na mimi hata before niseme
Si mimi. So umesikia?
aka break up na mimi hata before niseme yes. So nikajambia aki Mungu asante, if this is the kind of person that this person is, I don't even want to get to be associated with someone mwenye anasikiza watu wengine na as in anachukua chenye amesikia like the truth na bank on that. I don't want to be associated with that kind of a person.
So loyalty. Okay, brother, ulikuwa unauliza swali sasa. Let's wrap it there.
Me also sasa ni I think I truly appreciate every couple that is out there and wamemarry and all that stuff, ama they are planning to get married. I know opportunities za ku break up zimekuwa mob and just that mmeshikana na mmeamua haina noma, tunasonga pamoja. I think I truly respect such couples, and especially watu wamemarry now, having gone through that journey, najua si jokes. So I respect to every married couple out there, and especially nasikia watu wakisema 13 years in, nasema haina noma. But one of the other things that could make people break up, Omondis, is stories are dope.
Yes, I agree.
There's a time nilikuwa nakuja kwenu naona venye mnaishi, nasema mnajua shida nyinyi. Did you ever struggle dating, or how was your dating and finances? Ilikuwa inakaje? I just want to hear, by the way.
Woo, all right.
Si lazima nimewauliza, sasa mnaweza niuliza.
Unasikia vile amesema hata marafiki pia wanaweza fanya mwachane.
Yeah, that's true.
Kuna kamati ingine sana madem husikia, wacha tu. Hata machali kuna kamati husikia. Nakwambia kuna mtu mwenye alisikia tu story na instead aliuliza mimi akadecide ku break up hata before niseme yes.
Kamati. So kamati inaweza cause break up. We agree Javi. Okay, kuna swali kadhaa tuuliza mix.
Marafiki, you want something about marafiki? Aya, sema basi sema.
Your point ya April ya marafiki, by the way, it's very true. I remember when we started dating, a couple of my friends walikuwa wananiambia, and it's an assumption they had. Wanasema wewe venye unatoka sijui place inakaa sijui aje, unakaa tu mdema anapenda vitu expensive. Utaweza kukatiwa na mtu mwenye hata haezi sustain your life.
Wow.
Hata wewe unaweza kula hadi food ya kibanda, and I'm thinking, when you guys think I'm here because of what he can give me, or so hiyo story ya marafiki, by the way. If you're not careful, they can mislead you. Vibaya sana. So you need to know why you're here or why you're there. Yes.
You should have your reasons, not friends' reasons.
Yes.
Okay.
Unasikia story ya doi inakam
Inakam. Story ya doi ina play in.
What's your story?
So Mix, how are we? By the way, to date broke. Kama kuna wase wali date broke, as we dated totally broke. Mimi nasikianga wase wanapiga stories zao za dates venye walikuwa wanaenda sijui wanapelekana dina sijui nini. Boss.
Mimi nilikuwa mnangoja chachi organize dina muende
na kunywa chai.
But hiyo story ya dates, but tukidate ni dates ngapi nilipeleka?
Si mob.
Nakumbuka moja.
Ni kama 5 hivi.
Nakumbuka moja.
No, we did. No, actually, here's the thing. We did not have the money. We dated totally broke. That's the truth of the matter. We dated very broke. but we were creative in how we spent our time, because I think dating was mostly, or is actually mostly, about spending time, finding opportunities to connect. Okay, the both of you, even as you walk together towards marriage, and that's what we did. We spent a bit of time walking. Tulikuwa tu tunatembea
Most of the time.
Yeah, actually most of our time tulikuwa tu our dates zilikuwa tu ni kuwalk tu. Saa hizo kuna msa atakula mahindi choma zinanibo jumia sana feel. Sina kakitu, lakini kukula mahindi choma in public na feel ni kama inachoma.
Kama tia mahindi choma.
Wewe hujaget. Eric alikuwa anasikia kukula mahindi choma kwa rodi, hiyo inachoma.
Inachoma. Wewe unajua ilisha kwa dome
mara moja sana story ya mahindi choma. Tulikuwa by the way, let me tell you this. Okay, as I continue sharing this story, when and this, of course, the details will come later. When the Lord gave us the car, one of the things that I celebrated was that atakuwa tunasimama kwa stage, Mwiksa anze kuniambia, babe, acha nibae mahindi hapa.
Unajua ilikuwa dome mpaka tukifanya ndoa. Tulifanya clearance mazena wasema mpaka area kambo. Hapana, acha tuna kama nakula mahindi, acha tunakula mahindi. What is the big deal na kula mahindi? You see, yeah. But you see that to me, nilikuwa na feel I can just be me. I don't have to, as in to pretend that kulangi mahindi za barabara, or I can just be me and just eat maize because it's something that I love. But kudate na tulikuwa broke. Kwanza nakumbuka tu, kwanza thing mimi ni kama nilikuwa na pesa kiasi. Tulikuwa Ushali alikuwa amesota manze. Mzee alikuwa anapata, alikuwa na loan. So bilo nikitolewa na kila kitu anabaki na 3k na sasa na kanyumba ya 8k. Amechukua loan, ati ni big brother atakupeleka bro yake shule. Sasa amechukua loan, amelipia brother shule, alafu sasa hana do. So kama anabaki na 3k na rent ni 8k, hata kuna do ya kukula, hata mwenyewe ana do ya kulipa rent, ana do yake ya kukula. Sasa hata hapo tuta date za ngapi?
Sapo eli tutembe.
Sieni tupiga maraundi.
So like brother, uliwaipeleka date?
Sorry, tuliai?
Uliwaipeleka date
Yeah. After tumereconcile sasa hiyo ya kwanza kupeleka. Yeah, come back sasa. Nikanunuliwa chai.
Kwani lazima useme nilikubahia?
Ilikuwa kama budget ya so hivi. Ilikuwa budget ya so.
Choma manzi.
Unasikia ilikuwa budget ya so. Hizo ananiambia sasa vile sijui date ya wedding ni hii, sijui nataka tuende kwenda na mtingi, tunakunywa chai saa hizi. Na unasikile plan yako na sasa mwenyewe okay sawa.
Hapo na nilicheza kama mimi.
Let me just fall for the plan, lakini si sababu ya what
kuna story hapo ya unajua kuna wiki tunaongelea vile aliingia box. So hapo kuna story. So, but really, that's the story. We dated totally broke. It's true that I, maybe just to give our viewers a bit of background. Before I do that, acha ni share ipo Stialora anasema Mwix na mahindi choma
ulichoma.
Anyway, so both of us were training as pastors at Life Spring, okay, which is the place we still serve today, by God's grace. Na income zetu at that point zilikuwa same, okay, we were earning the same, but like Mwiksa said, mimi nilikuwa nimetake loan from our circle so that I pay my two brothers school fees, okay. Kuna mwenye alikuwa form 2, mwingine hasa alikuwa na join form 1, my smallest boy, okay. So things, and part of the training was done, we were raising support. Of course, we were being given a stipend, okay? But now we are raising support, okay, which was part of the training. So it wasn't easy. And yeah, I struggled. I could barely work with my income, by the way. But, of course, now stories for another day is look, I am here today, and hiyo do ilikuwa na sustain. Somehow God will provide for the thing I needed just at the right time. Na najua sina do. I remember many times I would go to my landlady na nimwambie a very very good landlady. I celebrate Mama Edwin. I would go to her na nimwambie, by the way, Mama Edwin, leo rent yangu itachelewa, around this rent yangu itachelewa, but nitakupatia by Wednesday. Sijui hiyo do itatoka wapi, by the way. Na hiyo Wednesday I will have the money and give her. So that is how we used to work around our resources. We were broke. We did not have money. And I remember there is a time just before we got married, and now we had sent word and all that. We had invited people to support us. I would like to hear your story. So let me just go real quick. Kuna wanaume walinikalisha, brother. Kuna wanaume walinikalisha na wakaniambia, Eric, do you know that after this internship, this traineeship, it's not guaranteed that LifeSpring will take you as a pastor, okay? So that doesn't guarantee you an income. Right now I'm thinking about statement and I feel kwanza hata income ingenisaidia kulisha mtoto wa mtu kweli. Then, okay? So what is your plan after this? And I think the correct question, the question in there was, unafilika uko tayari kuoa wewe kweli with what you earn?
Hata brother wangu alimuulizia swali.
Oh, brother aliniuliza.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember. And sasa na with what you're doing, do you feel you're ready to marry? And that's a question I'm asking someone out there. Are you ready to date broke? Would you date broke?
Especially for ladies, would you date someone who is broke?
Who is broke? Would you say yes to someone who is broke? As a lady, would you say yes to someone who is broke? Dante, I know you have a question or two for us, and then I would like to hear your story as well, because I know you also dated broke.
Yeah, I think for me it's ningependa tu kujua, did you ever feel intimidated now that Mwix mentions that she had a little bit a little bit more than you had? Did you ever feel, what did you feel as a man? Did you ever even doubt whether you are ready to marry? Ama ulikuwa unajua saa zingine unaweza kuona jua sasa hivi kwa broker, lakini najua kuna deal iko karibu kuivana, ulikuwa ngoja ndio
unajua Dano, after hiyo meeting anasema alitwa na some men kumwongelesha, ilikuwa ni live group, so the ladies were talking to me and the guys were talking to him. Sisa tu kuongelea stories za do. Kwa hiyo meeting ya ladies, we didn't talk about money, but tulienda kwa hiyo meeting tukua mood poa. Tukitoka hapo tulikuwa ni kama tumekosana, ametembea huko mbele ni kama na kuongea, mimi namuona nikaona kwani unaambia nini? Kwani what were you told that you don't uko tu kwa wadi yako?
So and that comes an answer to your question. Yeah, after that meeting ilini hit. I think as well in a kibaden too. Nikatuke meeting nikifeel, what was that? And then the reality hit me. Yes, in do. So for some reasons I felt, should I not? Okay, just at that moment. But as far as our relationship was concerned, by the way, honestly speaking, I never felt intimidated. Never felt intimidated at any point. I think I knew there is something about identity. I knew who I am, okay, and I was proud of who I am, depending on who I am to God, okay. So I do a lot of confidence in that, because that also gave me or assured me that I have a brighter future. So I kept looking at that. So I did not focus on this, except for that moment, that conversation. I admit it made me feel Nico sure. But then, thankfully, I think we talked about it later, and she gave me perspective. She encouraged me, and that's how we were able to push through. Yeah.
Okay. So, Mwix, umesema wewe uliwahi doubt. Ama,
sorry?
Did you ever doubt?
No, I didn't doubt, because one of the things is that I knew him. and I knew the kind of the person that he was. I knew the decision that he had made that maybe had brought him to the situation that he was in. And nilikuwa najua ni msee hardworking, ako na vision, ako na dreams. So for me that was just something temporary, so haikunipatia pressure.
Lucky you.
You've got a woman to go home to. I've got to find me myself a woman. Anyway, that's a good question. But before we go to this question, this comment rather, Dano, please share your story, you and Audrey. How, especially considering that you guys just got married recently, and yours could be very new and very fresh. Na kunaweza kuwa na msee huko nje anashindwa, should I propose ama ningoje kitu kakam? Should I visit the parents ama ningoje kitu kakam? What would you say?
Kwanza kabisa, wale watu wananijua poa wanajua sinado. wale wananiona kwa mtandao wanakuwa wanadanganywa na luku. Ndipo ujue sijakuwa na do.
Umeomoka juzi.
Ati kuomoka juzi. Ati kuomoka.
Umeomoka kama you can get something at the end of the month, ni kinda kuomoka.
By the way, kama naweza, let me tell. So, and that's why my story begins. Manze, mimi nimeanza kuget salo juzi. Una get? Me for a long time sikuwaga na kitu na come end month. Una get? And there's a time I had a stipend, and ilikuwa do kidogo, ilikuwa tu because again where I used to serve, or where I serve, because I still serve there, I mean ilikuwa haikuwa pay, and they were very clear with us, and they told us whatever we're giving you, please, I hope this is not what you are paying your bills with. This is basically to facilitate your ministry, and you need to raise support for your bills and all those things. So they were training us to support raise. But sasa yours truly, mimi ku raise support ni issue. So sikuwaga naweza ku raise support. So manze sikuwaga na do yani. Alafu nimecheki kadem. Na kadem nimesikiza master tuko sawa. Mission tuko sawa. Mate ni kasupu. Na sina do. Na kanakani kama kametoka ubabini. Ai. Nikajiambia mimi na believe mistari yangu imeiva. Mistari yangu imetosha, na sidhani kuna dem anaweza nishinda. Huyu nakatia. So mimi nikaanza kucheza bila do, wadau. Manze, it was the best decision I ever made, because if I allowed that to zuia me from even going to approach Audrey, sahi hatungekuwa hapa. Ningeshinda tu kwa pity party venye sinaga do. Yeah, so I think identity stood out really well. Identity really helped me, just being aware of who I am, that naweza kuwa sina do, but kuna vitu zingine God amenibless nazo. Confidence na courage. My friend, I don't know story ya Audrey na kaaje, but nilikuwa naongelesha bubu, yani namuongelesha najua. Ukiniangalia unaweza fikiria niko na uwezo, but naenda kulala njaa. And I didn't do it intentionally, but I think courage yangu ili overpower brokenness yangu. Una get? So I didn't plan at, I'm not sure going to show you my brokenness, because I don't think I'm that kind of guy, yeah? But I was so bold and I was so courageous, but there was something else nilikuwa nayo. Creativity, bro. Mimi nilikuwa natengeneza nikijua tu vizuri, sina do ya gift, najitengenezea gift. Nilikuwa naweza shinda the whole day nikitengeneza tu kadi ama nikitengeneza kitu, alafu jioni nampelekea, cause yeye alikuwa ana work. So sasa hiyo ashapata job, ana work manze. So mimi natengeneza kakadi, so nilikuwa najaribu kuplay around na creativity yangu. So alikuwa ananiaminia mbaya, yani alikuwa anajua utali akosagi kitu, ka surprise. There is a gift I put in her bag and unveiled it to her a year and a half later.
What?
Where? Okay.
Yes, nilieka kitu kwa bag yake.
Wow.
And a year and a half later nikamuuliza, hebu enda kwa mfuko fulani ya bag yako. Kuna hoga na kitu nilieka hapo a year and a half ago.
Unangoja kwambie thanks.
So kumbe Mresh naye
lakini ni kama pia Gota alikuwa anakufundisha patience pia.
Unashindwa leo ndio ataniambia thanks nini?
ni kama ni leo. Yeah, so I dated bro.
The bubble.
Yes. I dated broke, very broke, because I didn't have a job in the first place. Apart from not having a job, I had people who I was, I had taken responsibilities. I ran a ministry called B4W, and at B4W, basically we help people. So I hosted a lot of people, and niko na demo kupeleka out, na niko na mtu kwa hao mwenye anategemea tukue na sapa. Asante sina hiyo leo. So na nilipe rent. Na nilikuwa nimehama single room, nikaenda kuishi kwa a 1-bedroom house, sababu nilikuwa na mission yangu imefika hapo. So sayo na hama na hata sina do. So yeah, but nilidate broke. Dates zetu zilikuwaga Sanford. We did a lot of fries at Sanford. We did a lot of chai. Tushaikula kibanda mara kadhaa.
Chakula kibanda ama kibanda yenyewe.
Yeye alikuwa ananipeleka tu. So hii hesabu ilikuwa hivi. Mimi najua yeye anasema anataka pizza. Na labda niko na so 7. Na ngoja siku ya Terrific Tuesday. Na buy pizza. Lakini juu mimi sitashiba hiyo pizza. Nakula pizza alafu mimi namwambia mimi nataka unipeleke kipanda. Mimi lazima nikule tu ugali ama lazima nichomewe tu chapo.
Ugali matumbo.
Ugali ilikuwa ugali cabbage. Na kama si ugali omena, na kama si ugali omena ama ugali cabbage, chapo choma. Sana chapo choma. So unaenda kwa kibanda na chomewa chapo kama 5.
Mwanaume, umekula ngano ya pizza
like a piece.
Sasa hiyo nimetoka kula ngano ya pizza. Sasa hiyo inakuongeza chapo 5.
Unakuja kuongeza ngano chapati 5, brother.
My friend. Kadem kako tu hapo sijui kanafikiria nini. Naomba tu kasiniambie nywele inakaa vibaya.
Dana, unajua umesema hivyo nikakumbuka hiyo time chenye kilikuwa kinatuokolea sana ilikuwa ni
nini?
Chenye kilikuwa kinatuokolea sana ilikuwa ni hang adults. So tunaenda Gateway kwenda kukula pizza on Tuesdays. So unajua sasa inafilika date.
Zilikuwa zinatuokolea sana. Just mimi ndio nilikuwa nazi organize, unaona?
So inafilika date.
So mimi
tutaenda tuzunguke by the time watu wakikuja tushabond. So sasa tukae na watu kule pizza na soda.
Kina Deno, kina Bridget. Those were fun days, yes. And amazing story. Thank you so much. We are asking you, our viewers, Javril, Laura naona mko huko. Laura nasema manze hii story nikaenda mchekesha sana. Nasema this is hilarious. Sijui ni story ya mahindi ama ni story ya brother kusota. But anyway, whichever it is. Anyway, Javril kuna kitu amesema hapo, we'll be coming back to it. But we are asking you the question, would you date broke? Laura ningependa kujua, would you date someone who is broke? Javril, would you date broke? Wewe umesema hapo chini tutarespond. If there is someone else who is watching us there, the question is, would you date broke? Would you say yes to someone, a guy who is broke? Audrey, what is your story?
Ndio hiyo anauliza Laura, would you date a broke guy? I also want to say we have people watching us from our watch parties.
Okay.
Yes, so I like on my watch party, I'm seeing so many people, akina Abigail Orotho, akina Ian Mateka, akina boy wangu Kidum, shout out akiwa in the US of A. And everybody else watching from the watch party, asanteni sana. The comments that you see coming on the screen, ziko kwa pages. So if you want to, comment and your comment highlighted by the system on the screen, you can go and watch this or comment to Hadithi Zetu or Journey with the Omondis. Go to any of those pages and also the channel on YouTube, Journey with the Omondis. Comment there, subscribe, and let's see your comment pop up on screen and talk about it. Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning the watch party part. I think Mikali also hosted a watch party. We have Dennis Mwanzia there. Thank you so much for joining us. And then we also have Val. Thank you for joining us. Dennis Mwanzia, by the way, kuna swali kwako. Okay, I'll be asking you to answer that later. Dennis Mwanzia nauliza, what is B4W? Okay, what is B4W? I'll be giving you a moment to talk about that towards the end. But again, yes, if you want the comments to be seen on the screen, go to the pages, Journey with the Omondis, Hadithi Zetu, or on YouTube, Journey with the Omondis. Okay, and then we'll see your comments. But thank you so much for the support. Audrey.
Yes.
History ya dating bro. Wewe uko na filaje?
Unajua kwanza
Sikuwa
hiyo onyeshwa the broke side.
Huko hiyo.
A live of party.
We got it. Mkikutana na chop money.
That not na support Audrey. When a live of party.
Trend Audrey.
Unajua nilikuwa naenda 26 Kamulu kwa kinawa si. Nasikia poa. Jumanze huko naweza lala, huko naweza kula. Jumtani ni kunoma.
Na kumbe huko ameimpress. But it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was siwezi sema alikuwa ana spend ati. He was very creative. So every time he would meet me, alikuwa na kakitu from I don't know where. So maybe at some point nilikuwa nafikiria maybe amebuy ama he never mentioned. So for me nilikuwa naona msee anaelewa hizi story, ako na do kila time anakamkuniona ako tu na kakitu, lakini mtaani watu wananiuliza uko sure? Unataka hii life? So yeah, na siwezi sema ati tulienda expensive dates or sometimes tugeenda to church to have what we used to call them YouTube hangouts. Tunasikiza muziki, tunaenda home. Juu saa hiyo maybe hakuna do, ama tunaenda church and invite church kuna chai. Church kuna lunch.
Kadeti kama hivyo.
Come lunch time.
Saa tu chakula ya kompa. Abigail.
But amenisavia chakula.
Kuna kwa na food manze. So Audrey akitoka job saa tu cause saa tu alikuwa na work half day. So mimi leo tumituko nje. Wacha tumitu hapo church sababu alikuwa anafika hapo church around saa 7:30. Tufike tu hapo. Alafu unajua kompa wanapikaga food poa. Ugali nyama. Manze, so alikuwa anapata nimemwekea food, tunakula hiyo siku inaisha manze. Yeah, but we also went to expensive places. We did I think our first major date nilijaribu kuimpress, ilikuwa Triple O's. Utawala. Triple O Southern Bypass, wale wanaelewa Triple O's Buddha, Triple O's. Wewe, Triple O's is a big deal, bro. kama uko job is a big deal. So nilipeleka mtu triple O's, nilikuwa nimejichocha. Hiyo ndio ya support tu. Najikaza nayo. So this is not to mean that men, if you're dating broke, ukae tu hapo uendelee kupeleka mtu wa kibanda. No. Put some effort, jikusanye, impress. Yes, work. You need to put some effort. Usipeleke mtu kwa kibanda manze kila siku. Jaribu moja mpeleke mahali kuna kitu. We also went to Nyama Mama. So Nyama Mama was a highlight.
Audrey be like turudi huko.
Ati yako kuwa na doo na shanga.
Nano. Hiyo story ya triple O's, unakumbuka soup with chunks of meat?
Super.
So, kuna story hapo, tulienda triple O's na akina Omondis. The first time ever. Ilikuwa mimi na akina
birthday ya Uchali. Ilikuwa ni birthday ya Uchali.
I must have been turning 27 or 28 then. So, sasa kuna watu wamesikia hivyo wanashanga, kwani how old are you? I'm 26.
That was about 10 years ago.
So manze tumeenda kwa hoteli, tumeona menu imeandikwa soup with chunks of meat. Vitu zingine. But anyway, hiyo ni story ya siku ingine. Dating broke. I dated very broke, and I truly I thank God for allowing me to do that, because ilini humble pia. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you guys for sharing your story. We're asking you, would you date broke? Laura is saying Laura is telling us sometimes one can be willing to date broke and it wouldn't matter at all, but at the end you get disappointed and feel wasted. And I think we'll be concluding. Please think about your parting shots. The time is really gone, and again I apologize. Give us a few more minutes, about 5, so that we conclude. Think about your parting shot, and I hope that in your parting shots you could respond to such a comment. Iyo patia feeling wasted, okay? And then we go back to Javril, who is saying, "Apana, this part of the world tunatafuta moja pesa ama mke, lakini ukitafuta pesa mke aezi kosa kuja." Hapo kuna issue moja big ka notorious. And then that is David Manza saying dating is an investment. I like that. I would like to add something to that statement as part of my parting shot. But let me begin. Who's ready to give us their last words?
Me. Okay.
Yeah.
Nilikuwa nataka comment nasema hiyo story ya Jabril. Right now we are married, and it's now clear to me. Kuna word kama clearer. It's now clear to me that you see, na hiyo kitu nani Devi amesema, dating Manza amesema dating is an investment. You see, hiyo kuonyesha Audrey ni aje, I don't have it all, but I can be creative around this situation. He is helping us right now, because right now we have bills to pay together, we have investments to do, we have things to buy, we have all those things. And if I showed her how much money I have, or I didn't take her through, that process of, seeing us go through less, it would be so hard for us right now to even save anything. I mean, it's easier right now for me to tell her, niaje, leo tutakula nyama, leo tutakula mboga, because this is not new to her. I mean, she's seen us there, she's seen me there, so it's easier for me to do that right now. The danger with, wanting to date with all the money is that, number one, because God anataka kutufunza vitu as we grow, he might never give you that money, because then that money becomes your master.
I like
that. That money is now the one that is now controlling your relationship. Me not having money made my relationship with God very dear, because I kept going back to him and asking. There are times we would go somewhere, hatuna do, and I tell Bubu, you know what? I am trusting God for money even before we get where we are going, and money, we would pray together and money would come. So these are things that we introduced early in our dating life, because and right now it's easier for us to apply that because we've been there before. We've been there before. So if you wait, number one, if you wait for you to get a lot of money so that you can start dating, one, that money might never come back. That money might never come because God desires that Him alone be the master. Okay. Number two, this person may never see the side of you that is in need or that any kuna shortage. So if at any point in your life you ever go through shortage, this will be a shocker, this will be surprising, and this could be the point now you get to break up because you don't know how to handle yourself when there is shortage. She doesn't know how to handle this family when there is shortage, and it's chaotic. So it doesn't work that way.
I like that. In a summer, if you can't lead without the money, then there are chances that you're misleading someone with the money.
Yeah.
And if you cannot follow without the money, then you will go when the money is gone.
Yes. Yes.
You will not follow when the money is gone. That would be a problem. Audrey.
Yes. Yeah.
Please share with us your last thoughts.
I think, like I said, mtu unafaa kujua master yako ni nani. Because I would have easily dated someone that had money. Walikuwa, si ati hawakukuwa.
Yeah.
But then I had to sit back and ask myself, ni nini nataka? Is it money that I want? Or do I want a lasting relationship? And so hizo ndo maswali nilikuwa, even when we were dating, I would ask myself, okay, hatuna pesa, but why am I here? Am I here because of the money, or am I here to build something long lasting? And just to tell people out there, if you are dating for money, like you said, when that money is not there, it's very easy for you to leave, because there's nothing that will is holding you there, because ni pesa ilikuwa inakuweka hapo. So once the money is not there, hakuna kitu cha kuhold hapo. So I don't think it's advisable to, money is good, but isikuwe the main reason why you are in a relationship, because when that money is taken away, then there's nothing left to hold hold the two of you together. Girls, awesome. Ladies, women, focus on the vision, kwa sababu pesa ukam na uenda, lakini vision, it's there to stay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome. Keep your eyes on the vision. Kama hana vision na anado, usiende huko.
It's a no-go, it's a trap, it's a setup.
na kama ana vision na anado kiasi, atakuwa creative nayo.
Yes. Atakuwa creative nayo, yeah.
Atakuwa creative nayo. Mwix.
I think for me it's that lack of money does not mean that someone is lazy. But if someone is lazy,
yes,
don't date them because you are saying that, let me just date them. Laziness should never be an excuse for you to date, as in for someone to act as if they are victims. So even as you date someone and they are broke, it must be clear that they are working towards something.
Yeah.
And like Audrey has said, they have a vision, as in there's something to hold on to. It's not like they are lazy, they are just lazy. You know, there are people who are broke because they are just lazy. So brokenness should not be as a result of laziness, but at least that person should have a vision, should be hardworking. You can see that, yes, he might not have it, but he's doing something. He's hardworking. There's there's hope. It's just like there's no hope, because there are people who just play victim all the time and say that this Kenya, there are no jobs and all kind of excuses. That is not what we are talking about when you talk about dating someone who is broke. Yeah.
Amazing stuff. You've had it from those who have dated broke. Audrey naona kona kakitu anafanya wala so anafanyanga MC kwa harusi kidogo tu. Yes,
kwa hiyo point ya Mwix ya kukua lazy. Mtu anaweza kwa, ni ukweli mtu anaweza kwa broke because they are lazy. I remember when we are dating, Dano didn't have money. Lakini, he managed to get me out of the country. It's not because he had the money, but he had a goal and he was working towards it. His goal was, dem, and I had told him, Mimi, because he would say, nimeenda sijui nishaenda TZ, nishaenda UG, nishaenda. So he had gone to so many places. And I told him, by the way, unajua mimi, sijai toka Kenya. And he made that, like, alifanyika kwa project yake. Project, let me get her out of this country.
out of the country.
And that is hard work. It's not because you have, but you have a goal and you're working towards it. So hautakuwa lazy. You'll not allow yourself to have a pity party and say, unajua mi sina job, sina do, so siwezi kupeleka. No. He made it his project to actually get me out of the country. Not once.
Brother, I'm afraid this show haitaisha because I feel like I want to add something.
Hey brother, okay, add na jota add na 10 minutes. So wacha tukafunge. Wewe uko kwa show next week. Audrey unajua nimemhurumia juu. Anyway, unaweza jibu Deno, but you did not tell Deno what B4W is. Dennis Mwanzia.
Okay, B4W stands for Beyond Four Walls. This is an initiative or movement that helps believers like you and I, if you're a believer, reach out to people who are less privileged or in marginalized areas, or people who are not as privileged. You realize that within your four walls, or within my four walls, I have power, I have, a roof, I have clothes, I have water, clean water, I have a bed I can sleep on. But if I go just beyond my four walls, I realize that there are needs out there. There are people who are sleeping in the streets. There are people who are begging on the road. There are people who are sick in the hospitals. And so it's a call to every believer not to want to be, to be settled, or not to want to be comfortable within their four walls. It's a challenge and a charge to every believer out there. Desire to always go out of or beyond your four walls and meet needs out there in Jesus' name, because there are needs, and Jesus desires to partner with you in helping his people, in helping his children out of poverty, out of bondage, out of whatever it is that could be tying them, or Wazuya from reaching their full potential. Yeah.
Awesome. Beyond Four Walls, B4W. You've heard it from people who've dated broke, and these are my parting shots, by the way. This is my parting shot. I don't have many. We are not saying, okay, actually this is what we are saying. It is okay to date broke. It is okay to say yes to someone who is broke, as long as they have something they are working towards. Okay? As long as there's a place, they are clear on where they want to lead you. This is for ladies. If they have no place they are leading you to, whether they have the money or they are even broke, wachana na wao. But if there's a place he's leading you towards and he doesn't have the money at the moment, he looks broke, then there is a reason to follow that guy. Okay? Javril, huyo mwenye ukisema tu utafute pesa, ukipata pesa mke atakuja. Huyo mwenye anakuja tu after umepata pesa, hivyo tu ndo ataenda. hiyo pesa ikiishia. So that is not even something to think about. Huyo mwenye atakuja juu hiyo pesa hivyo tu ndio ataishia. And as for Laura, my words will be, as long as like I said, as long as there is a place they are leading you, okay, then that is a relationship worth being a part of, whether they have the money or they don't have the money. But if they are not leading you there, they will frustrate you. Like you're saying, disappointments will come, maybe not because of the lack of money, okay? And we could fight, even ourselves, even right now, we still fight about the monies, okay? But that is not to say that we are here because of the money, okay? So let you fight about Atuna, we can't see beyond here. If your fight is about we can't see beyond here, among other important things like master, I've seen many people mention here, a lot of us talking about the master. If you're fighting about, you not sharing a master, you're not sharing where we are going, and the site is black, then those are things that are worth fighting for. That is good. If you find disappointment in those areas, then that is good. But again, we don't encourage laziness. Wewe mwenye unasema yes, sasa unajua kuna tele naweza feel kumbe nimepata courage, naweza reach out kwa msee hata kama sina do, na pengine yuko na do tutatumia yake. Hapana, we do not encourage laziness. Do not be lazy. Even the Bible doesn't encourage laziness. Thank you so much. I want to apologize on behalf of one of us. As a panel last time we were here, it was noted that someone made a comment about people suffering from bipolar, and this panel, part of the panel, called them or refer to them as crazy. We want to own that. We want to take responsibility of that. We do not consider such people as crazy. We are fully aware that is an illness and they need support, okay, of all of us as community. So we own that. Thank you so much for being with us. This is Journey with Omondis. We will be with you again next Monday. It's a wrap right here, same time, same place, okay? But you do not want to know who we have on the show next Monday, and we'll be talking about something that you really want to know. Who? Vita. Do people fight in relationship? That's what we'll be talking about. From us to you, we say,
Kwaheri.
Kwaheri.